I hope I can say this at the right depth of what I want it to be, but I'm sure it's going to be hard. But, when you're younger, and this is just basically today, I thought to myself, do I actually love myself? Do people love themselves? And for the first time in my life, I would have to say that I totally do. And if I don't totally, then I've really got to admit that I'm starting to really love the person I am and like the person I am, because when I was younger and I'd write my music or go to school and have all these friends and whatever, I was doing what I thought I liked to do, and I was writing those songs, and I was singing in front of people and being the class clown and whatever. And that was part of who I was, but that wasn't completely who I was. So I was somewhat happy, but deep down there was something missing. I was writing about the wrong stuff. I wasn't finding out what the meaning was in life. There's so much more to things than we really know. And at a young age, there aren't many people who understand quite yet, because there's just so many experiences to have that it's hard to get them at a young age. So, with that being said, I'm driving, so give me 1 second. I'm maneuvering my way around this truck. And I was just thinking to myself that there are too many times in life where you're doing stuff and you're not happy about the person you are. You're not fulfilling anything of your own. You're just going through the motions so that you can pay the bill, you can get the work done, so that at the end of the day you're tired and you didn't really do anything for yourself. You just worked your job and did some weird task that you never would have thought you'd be doing when you were younger, dreaming of what life you'd love to have and what you'd want to do with yourself. You weren't thinking, hey, I'm going to work at a convenience store or a factory or on a job site or any of those kind of things. I've done all of it. I've been around with all kinds of jobs. I haven't had anything that was professionally dressed or anything like that, but that's just never been the kind of person I wanted to be, dressed up like a bigwig, which nothing wrong with dressing nice, but I guess the reason I never did was because I saw that as a person who was trying to put on a cloak of, look at me, I'm important, by the clothes they're wearing. And that's not always the case, but sometimes it is. But now I realize that if I dressed up, that wouldn't be me cloaking, trying to say, look at me, I'm important. It would be me feeling good about what I'm wearing. But when a person wants to think about if they really love themselves, it's feeling like you have a meaning, feeling like you understand things. And understanding is really important. If you don't understand the things that are going on, and you're just going through life and you're watching TV and listening to the politics and all the technology and all the modern fads and new cool music and the hip trends and all that stuff, that's just brainwashed to people. I stay to myself because I feel like if I get around too many people, not only do I not really follow anything like that, because following there's really no benefit to following anything. What is a benefit to following? You can lead and continue, lead yourself into health and keep being healthy. You could learn from people, but that doesn't mean you're following them. You're taking the pieces of the people who have knowledge that you don't yet have, and you're using it to your benefit, which is what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to learn from your experiences and from your surroundings and adjust and adapt and evolve. But when you fall in love with yourself and you're around people that are either negative about everything or have that underlined not really understanding, and you can't say that to them, because then they get all mad because everyone thinks they know everything. Just about most people I know or have interacted with, maybe they don't think they know everything, but they know they're not stupid. Of course they're not stupid, but they're just unaware of some of the stuff that there's so much stuff going on, and some people don't really use that to get themselves out of that bored, uninteresting life, because if you really think, there's no reason that anyone should be uninterested or bored. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. So much stuff. Like, to every little bitty experience, if you just walk outside and listen, you'll hear so much life going on, so much stuff around you just to look and see and observe and be in awe of. But people don't do that anymore. It's all a big technological, thing. I wrote this little thing earlier, said, we're too worried about knowledge and forgot about wisdom. Because if you think about it, it's cool to know everything, but when people are making all this AI intelligent stuff, and it's getting to the point where the computers are smarter than us and learning from themselves, that's not wise, because they don't have feelings, and unless you program it with compassion, and I don't know if that's possible, then the computers could take over, and I'm talking to one right now. And I think it's awesome that there's technology, but I don't want it to be to the point where we're overrun by it. It would be horrible, because I don't know if consciousness would be able, like the consciousness that there is, would artificial intelligence be ran by consciousness? That's crazy. I mean, I really believe that no matter what goes on in my life, that I have a good intention, and whatever happens with the computers and the AI and the intelligence and all this kind of stuff that's happening, is that I'm going to be okay. But I worry about the people that are afraid of just being afraid. Like, I mean, I am going to die eventually. So if the computers take over and I get ripped apart, and then I get ripped apart. But I don't want to see that happen to the people around me. At the same time, I mean, that's a form of fear, the people around me. And this is just me rambling now. I started about, do I love myself? And how do you know if you love yourself? But there's a lot of stuff here that I've been wanting to say. So many things that I have to say about life and everything in general. So, yeah, I'm going to save this for now.